Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is down 1.19% to 29,496. Ethereum is down 1.73% to 2010. In the DeFi space, we can see MakerDAO up 16.3%. In financial services, Swap is up 5.33% and SXP up 3.13%. The meme coins are looking a little bit red at the moment, and there's actually discussion that Luna will join the meme coins. And that's not about Luna being a bad project, it's about Luna absolutely representing and encapsulating the concept that crypto needs to defend from institutional interests, and it could become something like that. So we may see Luna actually enter this particular area. There's been some news out as Terra rockets 1,000%. It actually came up 2,000% on bullish sentiments as traders envision Luna as the next Shiba Inu. Blockchain services, we can see CVC coming up 16.75%. In gaming, Engine is up 4.01% and Gala has been hit down 5.7%. In cloud storage, Arweave is up 3.73% and SiaCoin up 4.46%. In entertainment, T-Fuel up 2.48%. In NFTs, Ape is down 8.69% and X2Y2 up 13.49%. In data service, the Graph is up 17.65%. In protocols, MIR, Mirror Protocol, is up 49.37%. Not too much is happening in network. KSM is down 7.37%. OMG just up 1.2%. In cloud computing, Anchor Protocol is up 4.77%. IOTA is up 5.84% in IoT. Not much is happening in the exchange token area. In the stablecoin area, UST is up actually 34%. And blockchain infrastructure, Luna is currently up 350.89%. DOT is up 1.75%. And we can also see KDA is up 16.91%. In currency, Bitcoin Cash is up 7.87%. Just a couple of quick points. Masterclass students, you'll receive my live chart in TM6. We saw the VIX, the fear gauge of the stock market, coming down, and that always witnesses upward price momentum. We saw the NASDAQ 100 just ping up, and we're hoping that this has got further upside momentum in the NASDAQ 100 as fear retraces, but we must always have our three-way strategy in play. Know what you're going to do if price goes up, down, or sideways. We've seen a bit of a retracement in bond prices, a bit of a kick up in bond yields. What's actually interesting is to see the DXY get rejected. It's starting to come down a little bit, and this is very, very overextended. This may be a bit of a sign that people are actually transferring their dollars into the market, so let's keep our eye on that. We can see gold is under resistance. We would expect it to come back and retest. What we look at when we see oil, it's shooting up, and this would indicate that it's actually in an uptrend, and it's actually overcome a level of resistance, and it has really good support underneath it. But always anticipate things moving in a wave. It's never straight up, never straight down. It's always moving in a wave. And when looking at the put-call ratio, we can see the market is fundamentally bearish. And yesterday, I went through a bit of an analysis in the extended analysis to help you contextualize that. Masterclass students, you'll get my live chart in TG34 of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently trading at 29,620, just spot on. I've put some resistance lines here in red, green, sorry, and support lines in red. I'm getting ahead of myself. And I've actually labeled those different support lines so that we can talk about them, and numbered the resistance lines. And these lines are forward through the application of the CTKS method. So what we're actually doing here is trying to understand, what level do you think Bitcoin's price will reach by tomorrow? Do you think it's 1 or 2 or 3? Or do you think it's maybe A or B or C or whatever you think it is? It's really great to talk about this in the comments. It actually really refines your ability to estimate. I would very much urge you doing it. And our community is incredibly supportive. You'll notice that line C is particularly bold. Why is that? That's because that red line is this red line's value from the KS model. Now, what does this red line actually represent? It represents a mathematical equation that tends to capture the bottoms of Bitcoin's price. Sometimes we can see a piercing through this bottom, so always be aware of that. But it generally captures it very, very well. And we can see that when it captures it, if it comes down hard, it typically goes back up rather quickly. And we can see also the capitulation events are actually caught by this line. This is really important because a lot of people say Bitcoin is going to, for example, 4,500. That's down here. That's a long way away, the mathematical line. So that's what that line C represents. That's why it's so bold. It just gives you a context from which to go on. So please let me know in the comments, where do you think Bitcoin's price will be in 24 hours? Looking at the longs and the shorts, we can see the longs have been coming up with abandon and the shorts have been just recently hit. So let's have a look at the liquidations. As we've entered weekend trading, we expect lighter volumes, and that's what we're seeing. Over the past 24 hours, 162.24 million has been liquidated across 80,362 positions. And over the past 24 hours, about 58% of those liquidations were long liquidations. About 52% over the past 12 hours. Past 4 hours, about 57% short going the other way. And over the past hour, nearly 90% liquidations were short liquidations. That's why friends don't let friends leverage trade. What you'll actually find is that shorts and longs are always getting liquidated. If you're inside the crypto market and you're leverage trading, that means you're not buying at spot. You're in trouble. It's just a question of when your account gets wiped out, not if. Looking at the crypto fear and greed index, we have to span out here because the last time we saw a 9 level was a long time ago. And where was that? That was in March 2020, almost literally before the crypto market rebounded and took off. But what was this? This was the US liquidity crisis and the COVID global sell-off. You can see that fear has literally never been greater in the crypto market. And this actually is very good because extreme fear typically hammers in a bottom. This is a very important thing to look at because if you look back to behavior like this, what we can see back here, this incredible sell-off, incredible amounts of fear in the market, what did that actually mark in? An upward price momentum. What about this one? You can see this particular bottom and it rallied. What about this one? You can see that was a bottom and it rallied. What about here? That was a long tail rejection and it rallied. And coming back to March of 2020, that was the bottom of the COVID crisis and the US liquidity crisis where we saw Bitcoin really tanking. But what does this mean? What about here? That also marked a local bottom, then rallied, but we could have further downside action. It doesn't mean it's the absolute bottom. Professionals apply Rule 56. Don't seek tops or bottoms. As professionals, Zone 3, Zone 4 people, we don't really care about tops and bottoms. What we care about is actually participating in the trade. Please let me know in the comments, given this fact, that we're very, very over elevated in terms of fear, and this has in the past marked local bottoms. Are you going all out and more? Are you selling your positions? Or are you going in? Or are you doing something else? It's really good to talk about this, and our community is so incredibly supportive. I just like to play this little cartoon again. As prices are coming up, everybody's getting really, really happy. They're coming into the market, and then, oh no, what happens? They scatter. And this is exactly the point where professionals come in and scoop up what people are selling. You can see prices starting to go up, but everybody has left the floor. They've left the building. But the smart money, institutional investors and traders, they are definitely there. This is the best risk to return that you can get. And as the prices keep on going up, Zone 1 and Zone 2 come back into the market and they buy near the top. And what do? Sell near the bottom. A lot of people have said that they are experts in buying at the top and selling at the bottom. You can see why this is the case. Why do so many people leave the market when they should be entering it? Because retail influencers tell them to. We're very different than that here. We look at the numbers, we look at the statistics, and we just say this represents a statistical probability of a good place to enter. And when we look at futures open interest, of course we do our detective work and we look through the entire market. We can see we're under a level of resistance here. What I see when I look at this chart, I can see that we've lost this support. We were above resistance. Price was going really, really well. And then we had a capitulation event. We're also coming into a level of support. And there's a lot of levels of support just around this particular price as well. We could get quite a nice bounce up. One thing that I would like to share, the markets do not reward certainty. So as we see more and more longs come in, there's a chance that these longs could get liquidated, pushing negative price momentum in through the market. I've put so many orders into the market at the moment, and I put them literally ranging from the current price to 70% below the current price. Why is that? Do I expect a 70% drop? No, I don't. But one thing that I do know is that the crypto market is incredibly volatile. If we see a spike down, I believe it will be short-lived. But if it's not, we're always lowering our average buy price. When you buy lower and lower and lower, you actually reduce your average buy-in price. And that absolutely is a way to make money. And what we're focused on at the moment is BORSOGing, buying on red, selling on green. We saw yesterday that there were enormous opportunities in the market. But these opportunities exist when most people are leaving the dance floor, so to speak. We absolutely want to take advantage of these things, but you have to have emotional control and emotional mastery to see those advantages. Looking across basically the top 100 cryptos, we can see Maker is out in front, up 26.93% in the past 7 days, and the rest are pretty much underwater. And in the top 20 over the past 14 days, we can see Tron out in front, up 16.11%, but basically the rest are underwater. When I said I'm putting my orders down low, I'm trying to look for something like this, long tail rejection. Now, why do they happen? Because a lot of shorts are hunted in the market and longs are hunted, and they create these long tail rejections to the downside and to the upside. The crypto market is all about institutions hunting stops. So the best way to avoid getting hunted is don't participate in the first place, just buy at spot. And what you can see here is a cascading long reduction. The longs got cascaded down and they were bought up. And you can see just in here, just how quickly this actually can occur. We had a big breakdown and then it broke up. This is the absolute golden thing that we look for as traders. A lot of people take me very literally. I'm not talking about going into Dogecoin and buying, but if you like Dogecoin, you can absolutely go into it, no problem at all. I have no particular interest in any particular crypto. I just look at the technical patterns and just assess what is the best particular buy and the best particular sell based on the technicals. And what we can see here, when people take things literally, I will say something like, look, this long tail rejection, and people will pile into Doge. Please don't do that. Do your own research. If you like Doge, go for it. And if you don't like it, don't go for it. It's got to be your decision. I don't endorse any crypto project. You have to make your own decisions. So when we look at Bitcoin, we can see from yesterday, we had a big rally up, and then it came down, and now it's coming up again. Don't forget, it's the weekend action. So trading volumes are light. We don't have an actual clear path, but there's no problem in trading this market. Of course, that's what we do. That's why we're here 7 days a week. But just to let you know, there is no certainty in the crypto market. When looking at these charts, we're actually applying Rule 45. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. So normalizing these charts and looking at Bitcoin's gravity, this blue line, we can see Ethereum is following Bitcoin's gravity, literally to a ping. What about Binance Coin? It's showing some excess strength. XRP is showing excess strength as well. Cardano, ADA is showing strength. Solana, moving in alignment with the directional correlation. What about Doge, moving in alignment with Bitcoin's directional correlation as well? DOT is showing strength. We're always interested in cryptos that show strength. Let's have a look at some community favorites. We can see Theta following Bitcoin's gravity. T-Fuel following Bitcoin's gravity as well. SHIB is following. EGLD is following. Phantom is following. CHR is following. Loopring LRC is following. Atom Cosmos is following. You can say, if you ever get into a position and say to yourself, what happened to my beloved alt? You can just point the finger and say, naughty Bitcoin. Bitcoin did it. The markets could get really, really volatile. So that's why I would suggest, if you've got any dry powder, actually spread your buy levels out. Mine are spread to 70% below the current price. If there is some kind of cataclysmic event that basically unravels things, I'm going to capture that on the way down. I would suggest that's not a bad method. Don't forget, we don't care about missing out. If the markets heal and then restore themselves, we can have more confidence. But it's very, very chaotic at the moment. I always like to be more conservative than less conservative. Okay, let's have a look at NIA. NIA is following Bitcoin's gravity, but it's under. And we can see Matic. It's following Bitcoin's gravity and showing strength. Icon is also following Bitcoin's gravity. Veracity has repaired really, really well. Just yesterday, it rallied up 102%. Rose is following Bitcoin's gravity, under a little bit of pressure here, but still following it. And you will find all the alts follow Bitcoin's gravity. 1% of the alts can escape, but escaping that gravity, they will be pulled back sooner or later. And when Bitcoin comes down really, really hard, no alt can escape that gravity, not for long at least. Let's have a look at Rune. Rune is going up, following Bitcoin's gravity. IOTA is showing a lot of strength here, following Bitcoin's gravity. And we saw IOTA actually come up 52% from that bottom to that top just yesterday. And when you look at this, you can see that when we have these big climactic breakdowns, if you're lowering, for example, if you're lowering your average buy-in price and you know how to BORSOG correctly, you will do really, really well. That's why I always say you can make money in any market. Bull market, bear market, absolutely irrelevant. But retail influencers think you can only make money in a bull market. That's just not the case. You've seen right yesterday that that is not the case. You can do really, really well, but you make profits where you buy. That is rule 7. Buying creates profits. It's really important to buy well. And we can also see that IOST is just following Bitcoin's gravity. As professionals, we're not afraid of negative price momentum. We actually embrace it. We're not trying to buy the bottom either. We're trying to lower our average buy price, and there's specific ways to do that. And we talk about it inside the masterclass. When we look at Sand did a beautiful nearly 60% rally, and you can see all of these waves inside Sand, and indeed inside the whole crypto market. You can do very, very well if you know what you're doing. Axie also did well, but what is it doing? It's just following Bitcoin's gravity. That's why I absolutely tell you it's really important to know what Bitcoin is doing. Now, what are we seeing here with Mana? We're seeing a bit of a divergence with Bitcoin's gravity. Gravity is coming down, Mana is going up. This is showing a lot of strength. Could be very, very interesting to put on our radar. So are we buying on this green? I hope not. Basically, we're just waiting for the price to come down. We buy on red. We don't buy on green. But of course, you can do whatever you like. But as a professional, I would not be buying this. I would be waiting for a retracement. But you say, Ken, what if you miss out? It's rule 727. Don't care about missing out. We simply don't care. And this is the attitude you need in the crypto market because it's so incredibly volatile. You miss out today, you get it filled tomorrow. It's kind of like that. Gala, we can see Gala obeying Bitcoin's gravity. What about Engine obeying Bitcoin's gravity as well? Ape also obeying Bitcoin's gravity. Ape has been particularly strong, so maybe keep an eye on Ape, keep an eye on Mana. Let's have a look at Chiliz following Bitcoin's gravity. Now, what does this mean? If Bitcoin absolutely rallies up, of course, all the alts are going to go with it. And if it rallies down, if it decays down, all the alts are going to go with it, but by greater percentage amounts than Bitcoin does. And let's have a look at SLP. SLP is following Bitcoin's gravity as well. This is why it's so important to understand that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. When people get into the crypto market, they want to engage in every single crypto so they can end up with a portfolio with hundreds and hundreds of cryptos in it. You're much better to concentrate your firepower. Try to get between 10 or less cryptos. You could go up to 20, but they become really, really hard to manage. And if you spread yourself thin, what you will find is that you just can't get the best out of those cryptos. Just pick high quality projects. Looking at some more community favorites, we can see Cody following Bitcoin's gravity. You can see how important it is to understand what Bitcoin is doing in the market. And what do we see? CRV following Bitcoin's gravity. Waves is weaker than Bitcoin's gravity at the moment, but it's following it. Arweave is also following Bitcoin's gravity. ZIL following it to a T, as is Cello. And look at Cartesi. Cartesi is naturally spiky. When I said I place my orders 70% down from the current price, this is the kind of action that I'm trying to capture. And I'm not saying that you should go into Cartesi. I'm simply saying that this is a really, really good thing to be aware of. A lot of people say, Ken, I've run out of dry powder. If you subscribe to a methodology that places buy orders way, way, way down, that will absolutely keep your dry powder intact. In the trigger section, scaling into Ethereum, the Ethereum price when I did this particular video was around $4,026, and I put buy orders all the way down to 805.11. This is what you should think of when you're actually inside the market. That will always give you dry powder. And there's no problem at all in cancelling a particular buy order and pushing it off to another crypto. This is a way that you can get a lot of dry powder and not run out of money. Just to contextualize that, when we actually did the filming, when I did the filming of Ethereum, I was putting a lot of buy orders into the market, showing a particular form of trading. The last one was down to 805.11, and people would have said at this point, Ken, are you crazy? Why would this thing is going parabolic, go all in and more? But that's not what happens in crypto. We always have to absolutely focus on these kind of corrections. They happen all the time in crypto, and if you can actually take advantage of it, wow, not only are you professional, you're going to do so incredibly well. And inside the masterclass, I'm 100% transparent. If I put something in and something fills, I absolutely produce the evidence of the filled order. And that's why when people share trades on this community channel, they also show that. That's part of our integrity. And if somebody can't provide the evidence in whatever way, shape or form, that, for example, a screenshot or something like that, I can't put it in the community channel because even though it may have occurred, I must be able to prove it to you that it actually did occur. So you can see that even up here, Ethereum looked to be turning around and it looked to be doing really quite well at this stage. But however, the orders were significantly down, all the way down to 805.11. This is a way that you can keep churning and burning particular orders, and there's nothing wrong with you taking an order out and saying, I'm going to put it in another crypto. That's fine. But you always want to do your best to be absolutely turning over your inventory, and your inventory is just money. So you can see there's nothing wrong if you want to put particular buy orders down as low as you can go. That's a kind of a way that you can always have some money inside the market. And our definition of excitement is a delayed fill when we get these long tail rejections. Now things may improve dramatically across the board in the crypto market and the stock market and everything, but if it doesn't, we're covered, and that's what you always want to do. Just don't assume it's moving in a positive direction. Expect the best, plan for the worst. Please let me know in the comments section, how are you organizing your buy orders? How far down do you go? How many levels do you put in? This is really quite good to discuss, and it will help a lot of people. And just come across to our last community pick. ANC had actually rallied 2,070%. What you can see is these really sharp sell-offs can create incredible percentage gains, but they are triple diamond black runs, like for skiers. So be careful. If you have the stomach for it, go for it. But if you don't, your psychology will probably shake you out. What we've done is just cover through what crypto technical analysts do. They mark up their charts with the CTKS method. Instead of showing you the lines, I just showed you areas of support and resistance based on the CTKS methodology. Then we look at outside trends, such as the stock market. We go back inside the crypto market and find the market's focus. We can see Mana is doing particularly well. And we look for things like this because we know opportunities reset daily. You can see how enhancing your pattern recognition is so incredibly important. But before you buy and sell, you must have mastered your emotional control. You need to create a really good relationship with money. Money is neutral. Money is not bad and it's not good. It's just neutral. And there are a lot of programs that we all have inside of us that give us a very negative relationship to money. We must break that conditioning, and the only way is to think differently, and that's what the real wealth section is all about. And then there are so many methodologies to apply to buying and selling, and especially you must buy really well, but you must know how to sell, or else you can get caught like this. Just hodling throughout the good and throughout the bad. No matter what, Rule 219 is really important. Please be kind to yourself and also be kind to others. Being kind to yourself means that you forgive yourself. You don't need to know everything. Warren Buffett can't figure out when a correction is going to occur. So if the greatest investor pretty much in the world can't figure it out and doesn't even try to, and he says that many times, he just says there just a natural part of price action. Don't worry about it. If you've got caught on the wrong side of the trade or the wrong side of the percentage, there's always a way out. There's always a way to rebuild. And we rebuild by focusing on a positive excellence life trend, by focusing on real wealth. We delegate money right to the back corner of the room. We say, yes, money is important, but there's far, far more important things. Having inner peace and outer peace, not getting into conflict with other people is really important. People are at different stages of their journey throughout life. Zone 1 and Zone 2 people can feel very upset about things and be very high conflict people. If that's the case, always show love. Kindness is really, really important, and it takes a lot of strength to be kind to unkind people. And this world can be very unkind as well, but don't lose your integrity and decency in the process. At the end of the day, just be the best you that you can be. And always remember, life resets daily. What happened yesterday is gone, it's dusted, done and dusted. What you do with today is all that matters. And life is always waiting for you to be ready for abundance. A lot of people say, when I get rich, I'm going to do this, this, and this. We only get rich and we only get wealthy if we build the real wealth foundation to support that success. And this is something that a lot of people miss. If we don't build the foundation up, we just can't support it. Easy come, easy go. But hard come will stay. That's why I always say we have to earn what we get. If we don't earn it, it will just be handed back and we won't appreciate it. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for mentoring masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being a part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass, and you can always reach out and directly message me on Twitter at any time. The link is in the description. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.